Hey everyone, it's Deb here from Deb's Greenhouse.
And Michael from HiQ Greenhouses.
And you have Gardening with Deb.
And Michael.
Today. So how many petunias should we put into our pots? It's a question we get asked a lot.
Yep.
We're going to first measure our pots, like Michael said, measure across the top. This one is
a 10.5 or 11 inch.
11 inch.
Yeah.
So you could call it a 10 inch. I think that would be okay. You can go down or up a size.
Yeah.
It's not a huge deal, especially if you're using petunias because they're quite vigorous.
Yes.
So for our 10-inch baskets or pots, it doesn't matter if it's a hanging basket or a planter, we would use 3 petunias.
And that is a petunia that you buy finished in a container, from a garden center. So that size.
Right, and so we're talking a trailing type of petunia. If you're buying petunias in the tiny little 6-packs, I don't have one within reach to grab, those are not trailing, those are our upright type. It probably won't quite fill out the whole top of this as soon as you would like it to.
Right,
Yeah,
and they're generally shorter, that they, like Debbie says, they won't trail.
They won't
so there'll be a nice poof, but they won't be, any trailing.
You'd get a little mound, but it wouldn't trail down. So if you're looking for trailing, you're going to look for petunias in larger sizes. I do have that here. So these are some of the price guides we put out into the store. And petunias you're going to find, this is a 3.5. A lot of stores use a 4-inch. So your petunias that come in your 3.5, your 4-inch, all the way up to these sizes, we use, we have petunias in these sizes. All of our super petunias are in the proven winner pots. And we have some petunias in these pots and the rest would be in this size. So those are all the trailing petunias. Anything in a smaller pot is probably not a trailing petunia. And ask the garden center when you're there for clarification if you're not sure.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the individual containers, are generally the more vigorous types of petunias.
Right. And here at our garden center, we only grow petunias that don't need deadheading, and almost all of them, I think there's only 2 that we grow that are from seed. The rest are vegetative. And the reason we choose a vegetative type is because they have amazing color and vigor.
And
it's just different developed
when
plants.
you're buying a petunia in a deeper pot like this, you can see the difference. It's still a 4 or 5 inch pot, but look at the depth.
Yeah.
And you're going, the depth is we find is important too, because it's going to get more soil volume will get you a better result.
It's more, it'll be bigger than these ones just because the soil's smaller.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, so I think our prices are the same if you can read them on here. All our prices are on our website for everything.
Yeah.
Every hanging basket, every pot we're growing this year. If you click the link in the post, we have a section called Click and Collect. That will be new for 2025, but you can look at every price and everything for planting. So with our planting guide, a 10-inch, use 3 petunias.
We measure this one on the inside, which is 12 inches.
Okay, so our 12-inch pots, we're going to use 4 petunias. Now, when you get to this size, you might want to put, this is quite a nice size pot, you might want to put a grass or like a spike in the middle. If you're using a grass, -1 petunia. So still use 4 plants, but 1 is going to be the grass and 3 will be the petunias, and it will still fill out fantastic.
It'll still fill, and if you do decide to put some vines in it, so you have petunias that are somewhat trailing or lots of trailing on a deep pot, then the vines.
Most of our vines are in these little 2.5-inch black pots, because it is easier to get them in your pot when you're transplanting.
That's right.
Yeah.
So that's what you're looking for. You're looking for something in an individual pot. And if you're using a trailer, like we said, glaucoma, creeping Jenny, creeping Charlie, elamium, any of those, then silver nettle, then you can still put the 4 petunias in and then just add 1 or 2 trailers. If you had the pot sitting up against your house, you might just want to put 1 in the front.
Totally.
Who knows? If you're looking at it from all the way around, then you're making a different decision.
Right. And I find that sometimes people are putting more in than they need. So that's why we have the guide. So you can buy the right amount, so it'll fill out beautifully, but it'll save you a few bucks, honestly.
That's right.
So then our next size would be a 15-inch. I don't have a 15, we didn't grab a 15-inch. So a 10-inch, 3 petunias, a 12-inch, 4 petunias, 15-inch, we use 5 plants of petunias. And again, if it's a planter, you can put your grass in and 4 around it.
That's
so
right.
about 5 plants. 18-inch.
Yeah, an 18-inch. Yeah, an 18-inch. You need a good support on your house because these will be heavier and bigger.
Or if it's
you
a
also
planter.
need space. Or if it's a planter,
Right?
yeah, on
An
your
18-inch
patio.
planter.
Yeah.
We would use 6 petunias.
right.
And again, that guide is on my website, and it is. I'll also post it in the comments here if you'd like to see that again.
Window boxes.
Window boxes. So I get a lot of questions about window boxes, and just before the show today, we came up with a formula for
We
window
did.
boxes.
We did. So you're measuring
And
again.
we agreed on it.
We certainly did.
We did.
Yes.
So measure your window box.
This one's
across.
22 inches. On
22
the inside, the long side.
And this is a guide for planting petunias in it. If it's just solid petunias, so it's 22 inches.
32 inches.
We're going to divide that by 2.
That's right.
And
So
what
you
have we got? 11 inch?
Yeah.
So treat it like an 11-inch pot, which you could go either 3 or 4. It'll still fill out nice.
Yes.
If you put in 4, it will fill. It'll be like poofy, like solid poofy quicker. But you could do 3 in this, and it would
And
be
then,
okay.
and then, of course, because it's a window box, you're going to definitely want to add some trailers because it's going to be sitting on a railing or it's going to hang from a window, below a window.
Yeah.
You really want to make sure you add some trailers to something like this.
Yeah, so again, if you have a 30-inch window box divided by 2, treat it like a 15-inch basket,
right.
which would be 5 plants.
Yeah.
If it's just petunias or something equally vigorous.
Yeah. So
checking for.
yeah, and again, you know, if you're putting in something upright like a Dracaena or something, this is usually going to have like a flat surface on one side and an open side on that. You might want to put your upright items, which we call thrillers, near the back. And then your petunias and trailers, a little bit more towards the front for a faster result.
We have a fantastic video by the plant guys from last year, and it is about a heat-tolerant window box, and that is definitely in our Facebook videos, probably on my YouTube channel as well. So if you want to deep dive down a rabbit hole and see a lot of videos, we have a ton on our YouTube channel from really the last 15 years.
But the plant guys have their own channel, so
The
they may
plant
be there.
guys, yeah, the plant guys have their own Facebook page if you want to follow them. It's the plant guys on Facebook.
Yeah.
And their window box was fantastic. They did a really good job.
Can you show the guide, even though we're
will.
going to post it?
I'll show the guide just
people
so you
look.
can see what you're looking for.
Yeah.
It's probably backwards for you guys here on screen, but this is what it is. Again, it is on my website. Under the pre-order, scroll down to the bottom of the pre-orders, it's on there. So if you're pre-ordering petunias, measure the top of your pot so that you're calculating the right amount.
So if you have a 10-inch container and you're buying flats of 10, you can actually make 3 planters,
Yeah.
out of this.
Yeah.
And
It's a good value.
It's a good value.
Good
Yes.
value.
If you get the ones that Debbie offers as individual pots in trays
Yeah.
of 10. Well,
That was great.
it was great.
Thank you everyone for tuning in.
And watch it if you can, and we'll see you next time.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Bye.
Bye.